Good morning, everybody on the West Coast. Good afternoon to those on the East Coast. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Melanin Vibes. So let's get into it. If you don't already know, Melanin Vibes is a show that discusses candid conversations regarding emotional and mental wellness with women of color. A lot of us are entrepreneurs, mothers, daughters, sisters, aunts, wives, and we have busy lives and we're still trying to maintain balance out there. So I decided that I wanted to jump in with some of my friends and see what they're up to, how they're maintaining, how they're keeping balance. I am your hostess with the mostest, Adrienne, also known as BohemianBap. I am the author of Awakening Vibes and Queen Vibes Soul Books, both interactive journals that were created to help you tap into your inner shiro. Those books can be found on Amazon.com and also my website, Pretty Brown Ink. So this week, it's been a lot of stuff going on in the news. If everybody has not heard, America is opening back up. It's Memorial Day weekend. I would love to know what everybody's doing for Memorial Day. But also, how are you keeping safe out there? I see there are some restaurants that are open. There are some beaches that are open here in LA County. We are open, but not quite. The beaches are open just for exercise, walking. There's no hanging out and lounging. So I haven't gotten a chance to get out there just yet. But as I was taking my daily walk on yesterday, I noticed there's a lot of people out, a lot of people not wearing masks. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. We need to try to be safe, people, and make sure that we're maintaining social distancing, washing our hands, wearing our mask, doing all of that good stuff. And let's take it one day at a time as America reopens. But I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. This Saturday, we are going to be talking to Miss Ling Jones, who is a nursing graduate student and a skincare entrepreneur. She just started her business, and I got these lovely products that we'll talk about. Let's see, these lovely products that we'll talk about a little bit later when I pull her in. Let's see, what else is going on in the news? Joe Biden. Are you black? Are you not black? If you vote for Trump, that's the question. Um, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. We love you, Uncle Joe, but that could have just not been said at all. So, if you tuned in last week, you know that this is a pretty great show. You know, we have some insightful information from our guests, and I can't wait to get into it. So before I take any longer just chatting away, I'm going to bring in Miss Ling Jones.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, staying healthy,
You
staying.
look great
Thank you.
and glowing and everything. So
Thank you. I'm using
let's
my
get
products.
yes, this right here.
Yes.
Now, tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, I started Benji Bees basically from traveling the world and seeing other hair care products for other women of color and how Indian women hair grow, how like West African women hair grow so long. And I'm just like, what are African American women doing different that these other women that have beautiful long hair? And I've noticed that they don't have alcohol in their ingredients. They don't have most of their ingredients are vegan, GMO. It grows off the tree. So I was just like, let me incorporate that into my own cosmetic company where it's affordable and it's very local and
Mhm.
everything is natural in it. So that's what just Benji Bees is, just natural women of color coming together to look beautiful.
So you started this in your home.
I did. I started this with an idea because I make my own skincare products and I make my own cosmetics. And so, my family was just like, well, why don't you just try to sell it? Like, you have a look that everyone would try to want to look like. And you
Mhm.
And then I think I have a great influence when it comes to the Black community and what I try to do for my community. And I think this is just the outreach of that I'm able to give jobs, when we come a bigger company into our community where women of color can buy my products and know that it's natural and that it's something that will enhance their beauty.
Right. That's awesome. That is awesome. No, I actually tried your products last night and then I twisted my hair up and used some of now. What is this that I have right here? This is the serum, the oil,
Right.
right?
So that's the hair serum. So that has black seeds in it, and it also have live black seed probiotics in it. So it has live organism in it to help your scalp to replenish it. If it's dehydrated, to also just help it grow, because a lot of things that I see with women of color hair is that it's a lot of damage to the scalp from hairstyles, from chemicals, or just from a lot of things. So that black seed is in there to just help and replenish the scalp. So we also have an almond oil that's also in it. Now, almond oil is very light on the hair. It's not that heavy. Like,
I love almond oil.
so, so that's another main ingredients in there. So we just mix all those, infuse all those different black seeds, and we infuse it with almond oil, and then boom, you got a hair serum that is just amazing.
No, it's wonderful. Thank you for sending it. I'm definitely trying it out.
I know,
So,
and I sent you a new product too that you're gonna be seeing. It's actually called the Uncle Goldie, and it's I know it's very pigmented. Like, I know that's in your care
oh,
box.
that's nice. Nice.
Yeah, so that's
So this
something
is for the skin?
Yeah, that's just for the skin. It's just like a really nice glow. If you want to have a nice glow, a dewy, just nice golden glow for the beach. It's beautiful.
I can't wait to try that out. I love that. Been looking
Yeah.
for a good cream because I know this right here now. This is for the skin and the hair as well.
Right. So I do on my scalp with the almond butter also, and I use it for my skin. I oil it on my scalp to keep it kind of locked in moisture at night. So it's bouncy, it doesn't be so heavy. It's not heavy with chemicals or anything like that. So that's why I use it on my hair also. But
Awesome. Well,
it's versatile. So
congratulations, because I hear that you are a graduate student now, officially.
I am a graduate student. So I was studying chemistry at the University of Kansas City. I was definitely looking for different outlets if I was going to pre-pharmacy or if I was going to go medicine or nursing. I had different avenues. So I think that I took a chance with nursing. So I will be getting my BSN, and I'm also into a master's program that's also attached to my BSN. So I'm coming out as a triple threat when I graduate.
That's great. Congratulations. And so, how did you manage to start a business in the middle of, because it's a pandemic? So, how were finals for you? Are those done? It's all over, or?
Yeah, finals was very difficult for me, especially epidemiology this year. Epidemiology is a very hard course, and I think that everything happens for a reason. You manifest certain things. So I thought that it was a privilege that I took epidemiology this year during a pandemic, because I think that it gave me great skills of how to prepare. And I know while a lot of people was panicking, I started a business and I also got into grad school. So I felt like taking that course of, or just bettering yourself, and it's not just with school or anything, but just bettering yourself, you always fall back on a trait. So I feel like that's why I was able to start a business and to start grad school, because I'm like, I know what type of disease this is. I know how to take precautions on my life, and I can just advocate for that. And I saw this as an opportunity while everyone was, running with their heads cut off. I was like, okay, I still have a goal. So
No, I love that because I'm all about positive vibes, and so that's what this show is about. Is just bringing other African American women in and showing how we pivot and how we still push forward, and we see the good even in the worst of situations. So, talking about that, one of my segments is thinking BAPs are thankful, and BAPs, if for those of you out there, if you do not know, they are Black American princesses, as we are. So I'd love to hear one thing that you're thankful for on today.
Well, I'm thankful right now for the progression of my mental health. I I'm very grateful because I'm not where I was before, and I also advocate is just like the same way you go get a physical yearly, the same way that you go get checkups, and the same way that people go to the hospital with physical conditions, I think there is 1,000 people walking around with mental problems that go undiagnosed and go on, because it's the standards. Oh, college is going to be stressful, so it's cool for you to feel suicidal, and that's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a conversation that I feel that a lot of people don't want to rip the Band-Aid off and have, it's something that years later, like, oh yeah, I felt that, but I got over it. No, you just found a way to cope with it. You didn't really get over
Exactly.
it. So
Yeah.
So I tell a lot of people, you come in for congestive heart failure, that's something that you feel physically. I'm pretty sure you're dealing with things mentally that you just can't express, or you don't know how to express it based to the stigmatism that's attached to that. And so that's what I'm very thankful for, is that I identified a problem and I was able to progress from it. I wasn't able, I can't cope with stress well. I can't cope with anxiety well. I could put a good face on for a while, but I can't cope with it. So when I went to go get help, it was just like, oh my God, this is where I belonged. Oh my God, so much weight has got lifted off my shoulders. And I wish everyone can experience that. But,
Right.
different circumstances and different beliefs and different, whatever encounters that people go through, they might not. So that's what I'm very thankful for. There's something that I can identify, and something that I know I can get help for. So that's my mental health progression. So
Awesome. That's awesome. No, I agree. And I totally advocate for, getting mental health, emotional health, like talking to someone, because like you said, like we as African Americans, like we can take it on and cope for a long time, but eventually you're gonna break, and eventually you're gonna like see the negative effects of taking on too much stress. And there's nothing wrong with saying like, this is too much to handle right now, or I need a break, or I need to step back. There's nothing wrong with that. And like, I appreciate young women like you getting out there and being more vocal, because I know when I was in college, like that was not a subject that we talked about at all. It was very much like you said, like, yeah, college is stressful, so just get through it. But I'm thankful that there are avenues out there and advocates like you out there that help us to cope with our mental and emotional stress. So talking about that, um, coping during the pandemic. So you started a business, you completed finals, started grad school, and you were managing your emotional and mental health.
Yeah, and I work frontline.
And you were frontline. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you working frontline. Thank you for all that you do. So how did you juggle all of that?
It doesn't seem surreal. It doesn't. I think that okay. So I had a conversation with my sister last night, and I was telling her, like, I know the world might be physical to you, but it's a little bit more mental. And to understand that is that we take a lot of things for granted. It's a lot of physical things that we get wrapped up into. Like, you can call the bank and be upset with the bank teller and be mad at her, be mad about the situation all day.
Right.
And a physical situation that hurted you mentally all day. So I like to tell people that the world is a little bit more mental than it is physical. You got to take the physical aspect out of that, and you have to focus on how I am mentally. Mentally, I feel like I can run a 5K. Physically, I probably can't. But, mentally, I feel like that. So that's why I feel like I can take on so many tasks, because I am going about it a healthy way. I finished finals. I started a little bit with my business. I knew that school was more my priority. So once I finished finals, at least I had a step ahead with my business. So I knew that was my next task. Then I got into grad school. So now I know I have to prepare for grad school while I'm taking my business. So honestly, it's just taking a step at a time, and also mentally decompressing, mentally not getting burnt out, mentally understanding your stress, mentally understanding your anxiety. Because when you understand what your triggers are, like for me, I think other interaction with people might be a trigger for my anxiety. Like, oh my God, my day is ruined. But what I have to understand, I can't hold anything mental. I can't hold anything that I have no control of. I got to take the physical aspect out of it and try to dwell on how to progress. So, and I've always wanted to be successful in life. And I think I always wanted to be a role model for somebody that looks like me,
Right.
like, oh, she did that, or she overcame a lot of obstacles. So that's just how I'm coping it.
No, That's awesome. And that is a great way. Like I try to do that. It's just like when there's things that stress me out, just like there's nothing that I can do about that. Like
Yeah.
you handle what you can handle and what you cannot handle and what you don't have control over. You just have to let it go and leave it to God or, just leave it
Yes.
to be handled.
Mhm.
There's nothing that you can do about it, and you have to see the positive in everything. Like I really admire you for saying that. Like you do have to see the positive in everything that you do, because if you focus on the negative or you focus on what's going wrong, you focus on what's not happening, then like it does affect you mentally.
It
And like
does.
I love what you said. Yeah, like the physical world, that's the physical world, but
Yeah.
it's more about mental, emotional, spiritual, what's happening and
Yeah.
how you see yourself, how you view yourself, and how you take things, how you react to different things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you get to that point? Like everybody, because especially as African Americans, like it's not something easy to think of. Like we're always worrying about the next thing. So how did you get to that mindset?
Took a lot of TED Talks. I think I got there because I I I saw a reminder of what I didn't want in life. I saw a
Hmm.
reminder every time I went home, every time I see a childhood friend, every time I just remembered what I'm striving for.
Hmm.
And it's hard. I think the hardest thing that I felt like I dealt with in college by emotions, I think would have to say is that like all my friends getting accepted to grad school 2 years ago, but it took me longer because I have to work and support myself. And then my job isn't an easy job. I'm a frontline worker, so I have a hard job.
Hmm.
And um, just like, and then the emotional support, you have to emotionally be prepared for any task that you do. Like you can't, I think for my greatest advice is they don't run into something if you're not there mentally yet, because that is going to test you.
Hmm.
You whatever obstacles that you're trying to overcome is going to test you. So when I felt like all my friends were getting into grad school, I'm just like, oh God, I'm not good enough. I'm the only Black girl that's not getting in. What's the problem? This is so embarrassing. Should I lie? Should my boss wants me to be a nurse on her floor? What is going on? But everything happens for a reason. And I couldn't, and so now my whole grad program is paid for. I don't have to come out of pocket for anything. So imagine
Congratulations.
Right? So imagine if I would have started 2 years ago, I would have been in such a big debt, and now I don't
Right.
have to pay for, and I don't have to pay for anything. So I definitely think that the best advice is that things happen for a reason, and if you work hard and if you manifest hard enough, and if you don't sell yourself short, you would go far as you want to go. The sky is not the limit. You can keep going. Like, it's not it doesn't
Amen.
I started a business. Now I'm in grad school, and also I'm a frontline worker. It just doesn't end. You just got to keep going. Just
Yeah.
open a different
And cut
avenues.
the negative self-talk. That's
Man, my biggest enemy, a couple semesters ago was myself. Like I was just always doubting myself. It was just like I went to class not even with a positive mindset, and I'm just like, you
mhm.
have to remember, I'm given the opportunity like any other kid to get there, and so you have to honestly change the way you think for you to progress
Yes.
in life, because your
Yes.
biggest enemy is your own thought, and mentally that's not healthy. A lot of people be doubting themselves so much. That's not healthy. That is
Yeah,
not
I know. I am guilty of that. Like a
really.
lot. Yes, yes. I used to be, I'm gonna say I used to be guilty of that, but I am getting so much better with the positive self-talk and like, yes, you can do it. And even starting the show, like it's like, this is not the best idea. Nobody's gonna watch it. But I've gotten such tremendous feedback from it that okay, you just gotta, like you said, just gotta think positive. Stop thinking the negative. Think like I am the best, I am the greatest. This is gonna happen. It's gonna work for me. No, I love that. And it's so refreshing to see like a young African American woman like doing it. Like
Yeah.
hats off to you. And a full ride. That's awesome.
I
So do you
know.
know with schools now, how's that gonna happen? Do you what's going on with like are there gonna be on campus classes or
I don't know. And we just really don't know. Like my orientation was via Zoom. So that we're still doing quarantining, I think they're taking it slow because they know that it's going to be a second wave. So it's just like, is it going to be a second wave of the college students all coming back, or when, the borders open up, or what's the second wave going to be like? So I think that we're being cautious, but still you got to think about it. Like they said that like Southern California State lost what, $2 billion like in just like admission fees and all this of students coming in because
I know for like if I was a parent right now, I would not be paying tuition. Like it definitely isn't the same value. You're not getting the same experience as a college student being on campus, and you're off campus and you have to take care of yourself financially. Like it definitely it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the fall with these colleges and universities. But hats off to you, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
another nurse in the world.
I know. I'm very excited. I think it's just nothing but possibilities at this point. And I feel like I already got my feet dirty. So it's time for me to come out the mud, and just prosper. So
Yes. Congratulations to you. So next segment is Bohemian Vibes. And I've created this handy dandy little bag of vibes, which is a deck of cards that like you were talking about your mental and emotional wellness, like it's good to just have in your purse, have handy, pull out a card when you're having those days that you are all in your head. This helps take you outside of it. So today's card is happiness, and I'm going to read it. This is from someone you will know. This quote says, "You deserve to be happy. It's clear you're not. Do what you need to do in order to be happy. We'll be fine. Don't wait until you're 70 to enjoy the ocean." And that was Sarah M. Barnes that told me that quote at a very pivotal moment in my life. She saw that I was not happy and I was stressing. And she recognized that I am a person that kind of takes on everybody and wants to take care of everybody. And it was very instrumental in her talking to me and telling me that and letting me know, like, you want to live your life regardless of who's around, who's with you. Your happiness is important. So on this card, I have thinking baps are thankful. Name one thing that you enjoy that money cannot buy.
Ooh, that's a good one. Reading.
Reading.
Yeah, money can't buy that. I don't know. I just find joy of just reading and the imagination in my head. So
Okay.
That's something that money can't buy.
Yeah. Reading. Well, the imagination part. I got you.
Yeah, the creativity that I see in reading. I know that's kind of like such a booky, nerdy answer, but
no, that's okay. That's okay. So grabbing a good book. Bohemian Vibes. So the suggestion on the card says find a park, take a walk, listen to your favorite song. So I would recommend that to all of our viewers out there this weekend, especially since it's opening up and it's Memorial Day weekend. Take a walk, get some sunshine, listen to a few songs. That'll help you, again, as we were talking about, like getting outside of your head and tuning out the negative thoughts. Doing things like that is helpful. Is there something else that you would recommend?
I definitely recommend meditation. So I know meditation is kind of, people are like, well, what does that look like? For me, meditation looks like just sitting down, feeling, my body against a hard surface, just like being aware and just calming my mental, just breathing in my mind. So I definitely would say meditation or a prayer or, anything that gets your zen and your chakra aligned. So
Right. So holistic health, that brings us right into, so meditation is your recommendation. And I recommend actually breath work. I've really gotten into that this year, is doing different breathing exercises. And I used to think it was crazy. Like I used to think all of this stuff was crazy until I actually started trying it and realizing, like, yes, being in control of your breath, those are different things that are helpful. Tapping is helpful. I don't do tapping, but I definitely say breath work is something that You should look into, there's different breathing techniques. I didn't even realize, like, oh, I'm not even breathing correctly. That's why I'm so stressed. Our body holds a lot of tension and stress when we don't even realize it. So when I started getting into breath work and realizing and understanding, like, oh, a lot of the tension and stress in my upper body is because I'm just holding, like, I'm holding my breath. Why are you holding your breath? Let it go. It's okay. But it's especially when you come from childhood traumas and things, like, you don't realize, like, sometimes we just are conditioned to anticipate the next thing that's going to happen. And so getting in control and doing the breath work was really helpful for me. So we're always recommending something holistic for us to try, because I know in our community, like, we're skeptical of things that we didn't grow up with, that grandma didn't do, or we didn't see around us. So we don't want to try it. And I really, like, I wish I had started all of this stuff back when I was your age. I'd be so much further along. But yeah, meditation and breath work, those are our recommendations for today.
Mm-hmm.
And I am. So this is a segment where, again, positive affirmations. I love positive affirmations. So I want you to, everybody out there, viewers, you're going to have a statement, and it's just, I am. I am what? So Ling Jones, I am
Black. I am beautiful. I am confident. I am humble. I am a servant. I am spiritual. I am awakening. I am somebody. I am a sister. I am a niece. I'm a friend. I'm a companion. And I'm a peer.
Oh, and I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Like, I love that. I love all of that. And I would say I'm doing it. That's what I am. I am doing it. That's my statement for today. Check on your strong friends. So, a lot of us that balance work, jobs, families, all of those things, we're the strong friends. Like, that's what I'm learning. We're the ones who are on the front line. You're literally on the front line, but we're African American women, we're on the front lines of our families. And we don't always have the time. And it's not because of our hearts, but we don't always have the time to check on our strong friend. So for you, I want to ask you to give a shout out to one of your friends, send a message of love, and yeah.
I would love to give a shout out to my very best friend, Kalita, aka Kay, who just graduated from Howard University in radiology therapy. I know that this is very difficult because, you know, she's the first person to go to college in her family, and she wasn't able to walk across the stage because of the pandemic. But I just want to use this platform to say that I am very proud of you as a peer and being raised with you and seeing how much progression that you're going through, and you know, your journey to med school. So I'm very proud of you and I love you. So that's
Oh,
reaching
that's
strong.
wonderful. And I'm going to send a shout out today to my cousin Jennifer Roden, who is on the front lines as well. She works with young women with mental health issues in a house with young women who have mental health issues. And I know that that's got to be challenging on a daily basis. So I just want to say, Jen, I love you. I miss you. I am so proud of the woman that you are becoming. And Ling Jones, you want to give us what are your handles? Let me see. What's your website?
Oh, so my website is actually benjibees.com. My Instagram is benjibeesbeauty. My personal Instagram is Lucky Ling Jones. So yeah, just follow those platforms. We post blogs on our website about, you know, how to improve Black women in ethnic and WOC women of color hair. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely check us out.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And once again, I love both of these products. I tried them in my hair, twisted it out, and they're great on the skin and good for the environment. So thank you for stopping in today, and I hope
Thank
that
you
you
for having me.
continue to prosper, grow your business. Much love to you and many blessings, and thank you for stopping in.
Thank you so much
Have
for
a
having
good
me.
one.
Take care.
Take care. Okay, there you have it, Miss Ling Jones. As you saw, go follow her on Instagram at Benji Beach Beauty, and also Lucky Ling Jones on Instagram, and check out her website. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you got something um, promising and positive from this. I hope that you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe, be well, and no, Joe Biden, you're still black regardless if you vote for Trump or you don't vote for Trump. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later. Be well.